So there is this debate about how long a believer should pray, either long prayer or short prayer. So I'm doing this video to clarify that point. When the disciples asked Jesus in the Bible to teach them how to pray, Jesus taught them the Lord's Prayer. And that is just a mode of prayer. Because most of Jesus' ministry, Jesus spoke in parables. So when Jesus said, "Our Father who art in heaven," that kind of prayer is just showing you the mode of prayer, that before you pray, you have to acknowledge your Father in heaven. You have to pray and know that the Father is the giver of everything, like the divine source of everything. He is the deliverer. He delivers you from every evil and all those. So it's a mode of prayer. You can attest with me that these days, most of the people don't say the Lord's Prayer. We have so many things we want to pray about that we don't even say the Lord's Prayer as often as we used to. That is because the Lord's Prayer is just a mode of prayer. It's just a way to teach you or to guide you how to pray. Now, coming to the short prayer. The short prayer is how every normal believer prays. Like when they go to God, "Oh Father, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that." There is nothing wrong with having a short prayer or telling God in your words what you need or what your problems are. The only way to do it better is to be very open and very vulnerable with God. When you go to God to pray, don't hide anything. He already knows. A person who doesn't pray is like telling God, "I can handle everything on my own." But when you go to God in prayer and you are very vulnerable and you are very open, that is a very sincere prayer, and that is the kind of prayer God wants to hear. "Father, I have come again. I know I am not doing as much as I should, but this fornication thing is killing me. I don't want to fornicate again, but before I know it, I just go there and do it over and over again." You have to be vulnerable and be very open. "Lord, I don't want to steal again, but by the time I know, I keep stealing over and over again. Lord, I am under addiction. This thing, I don't want to do it again, yet I keep going back to the same place, the same cigarette, the same alcoholism, the same fornication." You don't have to hide anything from God. That is a very quality prayer, I will say, because God knows you in and out. There is no way to feel, "Oh, I am praying, so there are some things I don't have to tell God. Oh, the guy I slept with yesterday, I don't have to tell God." No, you can't hide anything from God. Just be very vulnerable. Open up yourself and tell God, "I know these things are not right. I know I don't have to be doing these things, but yet I keep doing them. Father, I am weak, but you are strong. Help me." These are the kind of genuine prayers God desires from us. And that is what we call quality prayer. As short as it may be, trust me, it's a very powerful prayer when it's coming from the genuineness of your heart and you are very open and very vulnerable with God. God appreciates those kind of prayers, no matter how short it is. I'm not saying no matter how short it is, so you will rush through prayer. Father, you know, this, then you run away. No. Take time, spend time with God. Talk to God. And after prayer, just relax. When you finish praying, just keep quiet for some time. That is when God will also talk to you. Sometimes you talk too much. When you pray for a while and you are done, just keep quiet for some time and listen. That is where God also comes in and talk to you or give you directions and give you ideas of things you should do, or He will direct you of how the steps to take so that He can deliver you. It's not the kind of prayer you pray when you are very hungry, like plus Jesus minus Satan. What kind of prayer is that? That is not how you want to have a good time, a quality time with God and pray. On the other hand, speaking in tongues and talking for long or speaking in tongues for long is also not a bad prayer. Because just as you prayed about your physical needs or your physical challenges, the spirit also needs to communicate with God. And speaking in tongues is a way of the spirit also communicating with God. So you tell God about your physical needs in a very short prayer. That is very powerful and a very quality prayer. But the spirit man in you also needs to pray. That is where the tongues comes in. That is where the long prayer comes in. Because the spirit man can pray the whole day without getting tired. It's only the physical body that will be exhausted and you will feel like stopping. But when it's left for the spirit alone, it can pray for even 1 week non-stop. So speaking tongues for long hours is also a very powerful prayer. And let me tell you this, there are Christians who are believers, but they are not spiritual people. And one of the ways to be a spiritual person is when you speak in tongues for long. Because speaking in tongues is praying in the spirit, and you ride on the propensities of your spirit, these awakened propensities of your spirit, and your spirit antenna becomes very, very sharp when you speak in tongues for long hours. Because that it is like charging your spirit, it's like rejuvenating your spirit, and the spirit's connection to God becomes very, very sharpened. That is the only way that you can feel it, like your discernment, your spiritual senses are very sharp. When you are somebody who speaks in tongues for long, you can know that you can enter an environment and you can feel, no, this environment, there are demonic presence here. You can enter somebody's house and start feeling uncomfortable. Is because you are building the spirit man. And the only way you build the spirit man very strong is speaking in tongues for long hours. So this video is just to tell you that praying with the normal words for short time, as far as it is quality, as far as it is from a genuine heart, it's a very good prayer. Praying in tongues for long hours, as far as the spirit is firing, it's connecting to God, is also a very powerful prayer. So let no man lie to you that if you are not praying in tongues 4 hours, 5 hours, you are not praying. No. If you are praying with your words and you are genuine and you are opening up with God, you are very vulnerable, telling God everything that is going on in your life, it's a very powerful prayer. And if you are praying in tongues for 5 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, it's also a very powerful prayer. God bless you. God bless you. See you on the next teaching. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Apostle Febous, on YouTube, Apostle Febous, TikTok, Twitter, and all Apostle Febous. God bless you and shalom.